What's up? What's up, everybody? What is up? I'm gonna give it a couple minutes for notifications to be sent out because I haven't been on live in a while, y'all. And so folks ain't used to me going live. So I'll wait for those notifications to come out. If you're coming in, definitely hit that thumbs up, say hello so I can highlight your comment. But y'all, it has been a long week so far, and it is already Monday. Literally a long week. Um, but the week before was pretty long too. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I always laugh because I think a lot of people come into the homesteading lifestyle thinking it's going to be all picture perfect and Instagram ready. It's so not, y'all. I've been fighting roosters all week, fighting tom turkeys all week. So it's been a long, long week. So I'm ready for like one day kind of off. Kind of off. I don't know if you really. I don't know if there's ever really a day off um, with homesteading, but yes, first one was fighting roosters. Literally, when I had all of my chickens hatched out, I guess it was in May. I think it was in May that I had 12 turkeys or 12 chickens hatched out for me. And crazy thing was, 8 of them turned out to be roosters. It was crazy, y'all, but I finally just got rid of my last 2. Now, that leaves me 4 of my original kind of group of the girls, my hens, and 3 of them are laying. I think the 4th one has laid because there was like 2 days in a row where I only got 2 bantam eggs. And now I think the other 2 were laying. Anyways, I don't know. They're slowing down anyways because of the cold. But I was called by a friend and was like, hey, I have 3 Easter egger hens. Do you want them? I said, yes, absolutely. I'll come and pick them up. And they were still young, so we didn't really know for sure if they were hens, but we were, well, my friend was pretty positive. Well, her neighbor was. Well, it turned out 2 of those were boys. I'm just like stuck with boys. But one of my friends is taking it because they want a Easter egger breeder. So now I am down to 1 rooster. Thank the heavenly Lord. 1 rooster and 5 girls. So maybe I can start hatching some more in the spring and get some more girls. But yes, definitely, y'all hit that thumbs up. Say hello. How was everybody's week? Oh, hello, Patricia. Hello, hello. Thanks for coming in. I'm just complaining about having to fight with roosters last week. I'm worn out. That plus, y'all know I also got 8 turkeys in May. I got 8 turkeys hatched out for me. And out of the 8, 1 died randomly. It was crazy. I think they were fighting, and that one just didn't survive. So I was down to 7. And then out of that 7, 1 was a hen. 1. So I got rid of all my other turkeys and kept 1 boy and 1 girl. And we called him Big Daddy because he was very docile at first. Hey, Marie, how are you? Hey, thanks for coming in. But my Big Daddy turkey was docile at first, but now he want to get crunk on folks. He's like real feisty. So me and him had a little come to Jesus the other night. But he is totally going to be staying in his pen until I get a run for him because I think it's just because I think he's trying to protect his hen. But still, homie, I feed you. Are you going to get more laying chickens? I'm going to hatch some more and hope and pray that they turn out to be girls. We're going to talk about that tonight. I'm talking about my kind of upcoming plans with chickens and stuff that I have coming on. Hi, friend. Hi, Papa Jim, too. Hi. So, yeah, I was talking about fighting roosters and turkeys all last week. And, y'all, I am so exhausted. When I say exhausted, like folks, we always joke and we say, there should be like a brochure for homesteading. Like, hey, you want to be a homesteader? here. Like don't look at Instagram, don't look at certain YouTube videos. Now, not all of them, but don't look at certain YouTube videos because it's not for the faint of heart, and especially not having chickens and turkeys. Because you get a bunch of boys in the same room, and I never thought I would say that. You got a bunch of boys in the same area. They fighting all the time. They try to fight you. I'm not with it. And I told it's so funny because I talk to my chickens and turkeys when I go out. Like we have a deep conversation. And the night that Big Daddy, my turkey, was acting up, I was like, dude, do you know you're about to meet Jesus? If you try me one more time. Now, you better be glad that I need babies and that it takes a tom and a hen to make that baby. So you real lucky. So you may want to go to bed tonight and think about your actions. And then he just chased me with some more. So I don't think he really was listening. But because of that, I'm going to have to build kind of like a pen for the turkeys to go out to the run, because the turkeys and chickens, I had all the best intention to, they were all raised together as babies until about 9-10 weeks. And that's when I moved them out to my coop. And then they had separate kind of areas. I was putting the turkeys in one, chickens in the other. And then I would, hi, Papa Jim. And then I was going to open them up in the morning, let them run and do their thing. So the first day that I did that, I had already gotten rid of a lot of my toms, because I had I have 6 toms. So I got rid of 5 of them. And let them out altogether. And my female chickens, my hens, my girls, my laying hens, are trying to fight my turkey hen. I'm like, whoa, pimp. This is the only girl I got for the turkeys. Y'all better sort it out. You better braid each other's hair nicely. And so then I separated all of them, put them back in their pen. And that's have been kind of lately letting the chickens out and then putting them in and letting the turkeys out. Until the other night when Big Daddy wanted to try and eat me. And then now I'm like, okay, I've got to build him a pen so he can run by himself. Well, with Princess, his head, outside and inside, and get in and out. That way I also can shut it off so I can go in and clean. Cause that was what I was trying to do. I was like, I'm trying to like clean your food out, clean your water out, pimp. I'm not trying to steal nothing out of your coop. So that is, I'm having to put on my homesteader builder hat and figure out what I'm going to do for a door and a run. Of course, I have tons of stuff. Friend Alicia, I will say this is where I'm glad that I listened to you and didn't throw away everything yet. Hi, Annette. Good morning. Good morning. Because I'm now having to go back and find some T-post. I have tons of the chicken wire left, so I knew that was going to be fine. Even though, thinking out loud, I was like, I think I want to use 2 of my hog panels that I did my trellising on the garden, because the garden's getting ripped out because I'm gardened out. And I think I'm going to do it too high of the hog panel attached to a big T-post for their kind of run. But figuring out how to get the door opened and closed in there is going to be the try to figure it out kind of part. But it's turkeys and chickens, gotta love them, because they now that it's cooler, they're wanting to get out, but they're not wanting to get out together. And then on top of that, y'all, I'm just ranting over turkeys and chickens tonight, but my Easter eggers that I got won't even leave their little pen. Like I'll open the door and I'm like, come on. I'll even sprinkle a little corn out. They kind of look out like, nah, you got some crazy birds, dude, here. We're not with it. We're not with it. We'll just stay in here. Thank you. Thank you, though. We appreciate it. So yeah, anyways, that's my soapbox for my chickens and turkeys. How is everyone's weekend? Type it into the chat. How's everyone's weekend been, y'all? What did y'all do? It was actually beautiful here in Georgia. we got that good old solid week of like highs in the 40s. And then this weekend, it's been like highs in the 70s, which is so nice, even though it does get a little hot. And as you can see in the back of me right there, I finally have so any of those that follow me know that I had a little deer and bug problem in the pumpkin patch. We still got a good amount of pumpkins this year. Don't get me wrong, we got a good amount of pumpkins. And I was keeping a couple of them because I like to can them for dog food, for pumpkin pie, for pumpkin puree, all of that good stuff. And I know like canning the puree is like a real rebel canner. And I know I'm probably gonna people that watch this back are gonna be like, Casey, you can't can it. Yes, I can, and watch me. But I found a lot of my pumpkins, like that one, I had to harvest before they were fully ripe. Um, and of course, pumpkins, the good thing with pumpkins is you can do that. You can harvest them off the vine, but they have to have at least a little bit of their adult color. Meaning, when I mean adult color, means the orange, the standard orange, or if it's a polar bear, if it's a white one, you're seeing a little bit of white coming through. If it's one of the Jardales, which is the blue ones, you're seeing a little bit of the blue. If you see that, then you can pull it off, keep it in the sun at about 75 to 85 degrees for about 14 days, and it will ripen just like this one. This one was mainly green with an orange, like maybe hand size orange on there. And look how beautiful it is done. Literally, I've just left it outside. It was good through the freezing week and this past week, so it's good. So I have some of those that are ready that need to be canned. And the good thing about that is I have an electric pressure canner, a Nesco, and I don't know what I did when I was moving around my pantry room and the little valve thing on the back um, broke off and lost it. So I had to order another one, but I got it. I got it in the mail. So I am back in business for pressure canning. And that's what I'm going to need to do with the pumpkin. And I'm going to do a video on it too. I'm going to do a video on canning the pumpkin. I'm trying to pull up the channels that I've watched on that because I want to talk about them tonight on that. And I can't quite remember. Who I know the Zimmermans were one. I know the Zimmermans were one, and I absolutely love um all of her videos. They're wonderful. They're so informative. Um, but there was another one that I just found hers. Yeah, it's Homesteading with the Zimmermans. Great channel. If you don't know, check them out. Search it. They're wonderful. But where was this other? Oh, Beth's Happy Home. Beth's Happy Home. I watched it, and she did a video on canning pumpkin puree, and it was really good. It was informative. Again, I know it's rebel. I know it's rebellish. Um, hey Carrie, happy Monday. See, I want to electric pressure can. I hate the old style one. Scares me. Yes, I know it does scare a lot of people. They're really not as scary as one would think, but I would definitely recommend an electric pressure canner. And they're really good prices right now on the electric pressure canners. They're kind of like set it and forget it pressure canners, but don't be scared of them. I promise you. Once you get the hang of it, once you do your first pressure canning batch, you're gonna be like, oh, what was I so scared of? Just saying. I'm working. I was born in Macon, live in North New York now. Are you close to Macon? Yes, I am. I am about an hour from Macon. It's where I'm in the sticks of the area, like the sticks, like the dun, 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 that kind of sticks. Yeah, about 110 on Amazon. They're actually a really good price. And it's a must have because I love to can soups. I love to can like leftover stuff, like the meats and that kind of stuff, instead of putting it in my freezer, because I have, like, in this room right here. This is like my utility room, or my mud room, I call it. But I have 3 freezers in there, and you probably can't see it, but that black one right there with the bag on top of it, that is a 4th freezer, which is my bread freezer. And then I have my stand-up freezer in the kitchen. And all of my freezer space, es normal. There is no more in my freezer. So I have to start like canning stuff so that I can have it for winter. And listen, okay, so I had one of my friends, my city friends, I'll call it, comment on one of my videos, and it was like, Casey, why do you keep on saying prepping for winter like you live in Alaska? Listen, y'all, I know I live in Georgia. I know I do not live in Alaska, but I still prep for winter when the garden is not growing. That is what I mean when I say prep for winter. And I found out a kind of a country trick, that if you open in half a persimmon's seed, there are 3 little shapes inside of it, or there one of 3 shapes in it. And it's either like a fork spoon, or a spoon or shovel, a fork, or a knife kind of shaped. And the knife means really cold winter, but no snow. Fork means mild, not a cold winter. Spoon, shovel means cold winter, with lots of snow. And somebody did it in our small town, and it was shovel. So I am prepping for winter because it's gonna be cold. Hopefully. Hey everyone. Hey Jackie. Your comment didn't come up, but I saw your name. Oh, okay. I'll bring you some, girl. I'll bring you some. Which ones you want? Put in the comment. I have the turkey stew. I have ham and bean, chicken and veggie, or farmhouse chili. Let me know. Hey, Christina, how are you, girl? I bet your electric bill is high. No, I don't have solar, and it really isn't. It really isn't that high. Like, a lot of my freezers are kind of like what they call Energy Star ones, so they don't add that much. I think it's like anywhere from $13 to $20 a year is what it adds. Um, so yeah, it's really not. It's not that bad. And I learned really that if grid was to go down, everything stops, electricity stops, all that kind of stuff. You have 48 hours to get the stuff out of the freezer and can it. So that's why I'm trying now to get a lot more freezers, even though I really probably need to buy one more freezer for the farm, if you know what I'm saying. Always prepping. Ain't that right? Yeah. I could not believe that comment was left. I was like, I know I don't live in Alaska. Trying to go back. Sorry, y'all. Ooh, y'all got a spoon too? We got a spoon. We got a spoon in our persimmon seeds. No, we really don't get that much snow. But I'm a big Farmer's Almanac reader also, and they're saying this winter was supposed to be bad, like before we had the whole persimmon seed stuff. And that one was good. Okay, Carrie, ham and bean. Gotcha. What's up? OTWP. Oh, well, thank you. It's a filter. StreamYard has a filter now, so I don't have to worry about looking like you know what. It's a filter. Thank you, though. You want one of each. Okay. Yes. It never gets that cold, but for Georgia folks, it's like everybody shut down, hide under the ground. It's that cold. Yes, and it's wool lined. You feeling it? You feeling it? No, it was a little cold in my house. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, I'll hit everybody up for the soups. I have actually, if you go on, I'm actually gonna try to drop it in the chat, that there's a link where you can pre-order pre-order and just put, if you're pre-ordering for when I come to town for Thanksgiving, put the 17th because it won't let you choose. It won't let you choose Thanksgiving. Well, where is it? Where it be? It's not that one. It's not that one. There it is. Okay, so here's this form. I'm dropping it in the Facebook group one, y'all. So if you don't see it, it's because I'm dropping it into the Facebook group. And then I promise I'll get back to the comments. Let me see. Hopefully it won't like double blare the sound, y'all. So bear with me for a second. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put this there. Okay, so I put that's the form. It's super easy. Just go on, you can click it and put the 17th. If it's when I'm coming into Atlanta for Thanksgiving, just put the 17th and I'll know. I'll know. Thank you though, Rachel. Hey girl. What's up, Tamara? How are you? Going back through. Hi, Miss Andale. Y'all, I hope y'all are going to be tuning in tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central. Me and Miss Andale and Monica from Bland's Promised Land Ranch and Alicia will be on our morning radio show. We have so much fun. And y'all, and while off the wall prepper, while you're in here, if you're still listening, focus in on I'm speaking to you mainly. So we are shooting a really important impromptu podcast tomorrow night about prepping for off-grid situations. So you're not going to want to miss it. OTWP, I'll send you more information on it because we're going to be doing like prepper sheets that somebody can get, download, and it will have recipes with it. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yes, me and Dale, Alicia, and Monica will be doing that tomorrow. It will come out next Monday, so you won't want to miss that. But hi, and Dale. Well, hello, Alan. How are you? How are you? Filter does the guy. I'm telling you, and a little bit of water, and a filter. It's wonderful. It's just fabulous. But yeah, I didn't know that StreamYard is starting to do the filters again. So I'm like, wow. It's like those filters on TikTok that's supposed to make you look like you're like in your 20s again. And you're like, people are like crying. I'm like, oh my, I'm not crying. I'm like, dang, you look good. So that's how I felt when I put it, on there. But hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope you hit that like button. It helps the channel out. Hi, Ronnie. How are you, girl? Making sure I didn't miss anybody. Hey. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a really important episode. A really important episode because even talking to like some of my friends here in the small town where I live, a lot of people listen to us on social media or listen to our YouTube videos or our podcasts, but don't put certain stuff in place, which is the preppers list that we are going to be releasing. So it's kind of like a checklist. So you can kind of check your prepper closet and be like, okay, I got that. I'm good. Okay. And there will be links if you don't have it to go and get it. Plus, there's going to be 4. I'm going to put it in the camera. 4 recipes, one from me, one from Alicia, one from Andale, one from Monica, of like kind of off-grid recipe that you should know. Mine is going to be bread, of course, because I think every homestead, whether it's off-grid or not, needs to know and have a good bread recipe. And I'm kind of like the bread guy. So that's going to be on there. It'll be next Monday. Check it out. It's going to be fabulous. Can you get filtered off of, oh, I know, right? Come on, StreamYard. I'm gonna look right at the camera. StreamYard. Could you do that for me, please? Just slip like maybe about 47 pounds. I'd be wonderful. Wonderful. You can always rewatch it. And like, or just put it in your earbud as you sleep. Yeah, I'm telling you, y'all. I see. If you want real up to date information, I'm gonna put him up. Off the Wall Prepper is who you need to go over to his channel and get. He is so knowledgeable, and everything that I've learned is from listening and stalking his channel and figuring out how to get myself prepared, because stuff is in the works. Be prepared, not fear mongering, just saying. And these kind of things are things that you should prepare as a responsible adult for your homestead anyways. And when we say off-grid stuff, it could be because a tornado came through, or it could be because of flood, or whatever it is. It could be because of a fire. It's just stuff that you may need to know, may need to have stocked, because anybody that lives in the country knows we're far away from everything. So why would you want to drive 45 minutes to get it when you have it there? Because you're wasting resources, you're wasting your time, and you may not be able to get it either. So definitely tune in next Monday, but definitely tune in tomorrow too, because we're going to have some fun talking about social media trends that we've all tried. Hi, Angie Ford. Thank you so much. It is an Amish bread recipe that I learned from an Amish woman, and it is fail proof. And it I use kind of the white loaf, like a standard sandwich loaf, and I kind of add different stuff to make the Italian urban cheese or the cinnamon raisin or whatever it is. So um it's so good. It's so good and delicious. But thanks for coming in. Girl, I know the struggle bus on the internet. Y'all, I have been doing the one thing that I love now is, ever since I've switched phone services, I've been using my hotspot. You probably can't even see it because it's too bright. But I've been using my hotspot on my phone and getting some of the best internet so I can stream, because I miss streaming. Well, hi, doll. How are you? How are you? Yes, I'm so glad to be back live. Haven't done it for a while, because if y'all follow me on Facebook, brother Chris and Sustar got married. They finally put a ring on it. He liked it, so he put a ring on it. And they are in, I think they're in Greece right now. They were doing a 15-day Mediterranean cruise. So I'm at the homestead, solo dolo. Mama's back in Atlanta, and so yeah, I finally have been able to get back on live, and I've missed it. But yes, freezer's full to capacity. Capacity cannot even fit anymore. And let me tell you, I love doing like appetizers, I guess you would call them, like little nibbles, and freezing them, because I do them in my air fryer. So I pre-make and I flash freeze so that they don't stick together. Just a little pointer. And I can't even do those right now. And like, I'm out of sausage balls. I am out of sausage balls. Like tonight, I was like, why? But I gotta start canning some of my fruit. My one that the pumpkin's on back there, that chest freezer is a smaller one, and it's where most of my fruits are. Like, I have more pears, I have figs, I have apples. I was graciously given from one of our dear friends, the Lords, in Siloam, a smaller town right by where we live, about 75 pounds of apples. They were a mix of Golden Delicious and Granny Smith. And then they were like, "You want to come over and pick muscadines? Because we've picked all that we can." And I was like, yeah. So I went over and got like 3-gallon bags full of muscadine grapes that I'll turn into juice, because I love them for juice. I am just like not the best at jellies, so I do juices instead, and I like it. So yeah, that's my fruit one, and that one I can do myself, of bringing it down, because I just need to start canning stuff more. Um, but yeah, full to capacity, full, no mas room at the end. Oh yes, recipes. I always push this when we shoot our podcast, and when I do any of my videos on pantry stuff. Is I learned this from Alicia over at Country Mama Musing. Again, not fear mongering, just saying, if something was to go down and you didn't have the internet, what are your favorite recipes that you like to use? find those, print those out, or write them down. Alicia actually has, I'll try to put it in, like, if you watch this video back, I'll try to find the link for it. But she has the coolest cookbooks that are blank cookbooks on Amazon that you can get and fill in all of your favorite meal in a jar recipes, bread recipes, that kind of stuff in this cookbook. So you have it all together. But she said for your bread recipe, what she does is she writes it on the top of the 5-gallon bucket so that if she was to get sick, see, not fear mongering, if she was to get sick, Papa Jim or one of her sons would know her recipe and able to do it. Because, yes, most of us homesteaders have our recipes up here. We're like, oh, I have it in my head. But what happens if you're sick and you can't do it? You want your family to still be able to do it. So write it down. So that is my advice, is write it down, print it out, put it in a binder just so you have it. Because I hate to break it to you, if everything shuts down, you won't have the internet. Okay. Y'all be not being able to see this face for a while. I need I need a fail-proof bread for sure. It is so simple. Now, let me tell you, it is a yeast. It is a yeast bread, and I have hoarded a ton of yeast over here at Ormsby Farm. Probably like, I don't know, 30 pounds of yeast. That's because I use it for everything. And I use the same yeast to make the shine or any other, maybe a cleaning solution. I'll say that to be family friendly. But it's easiest bread recipe ever. I will probably, the Monday, next Monday, that this episode goes live on our podcast, I will probably go live on Amazon Live. And what I'm going to do is make bread with you, and to show you truly how easy it is. You'll be able to get what you need off of there. So I'll go live on there because I have a lot of fun, and it's really that simple. Yeah, keep going, goes out every once in a while when the sun goes down. Oh, yeah, girl, internet, I'm telling you. Oh, thank you, Alan. Thank you. Yeah, he sure does. He sure does. Put a ring on it, dude. He left the air fryer. We got 2 deep freezers, one for me, one for. Yeah, that's kind of what we kind of throw down with, is a fruit, a veggie, a meat, and then I have our bread, which is, there it is right there. And by breads, I like to loaf bread. I do homemade tortillas in bulk, and I put those in about 5 in a Ziploc bag. So that's basically a couple. If I have 2 people over, if I have 4 people over, I get 2 of them. But it gets you some chips because I turn my homemade tortillas into air fryer chips, and then you have some taco shells. So I do that. Bagels are in there, pumpkin breads, dinner rolls. So that's what that is. I try to be somewhat organized, but air fryer, love it. When I tell you, it saves my life. And I'll tell you, don't get me wrong, because I do love a steak on the grill in the summer, but nobody can cook a steak like my air fryer. Nobody. It's like the best medium rare steak that I've ever had in my entire life. And let me tell you, some of my dear friends here in the town where I live, he got a deer. And this is how you know how homesteady I am now, okay? Like, when you go over to people's house, some people bring like hostess gifts. He brought me 2 beautiful venison roasts and a pound of venison meat, ground meat. The best gift I probably ever could have gotten in my entire life is meats or something that you can put on your shelf or your freezer. So we always joke about that, but I'm so excited. I am so excited about this. And Patrick and Tiana will probably watch back on the replay. So what's up, y'all? Love y'all. Thank you for it. But yes, that is what you get homesteaders when you go over to their house. Just get them some meat or bring them some canned veggies or a loaf of bread, and they're your best friend forever. Me too. And I tried today. I tried supper nogs. I'm probably saying it wrong. Super nogs, supper nogs. I don't know, but it was really good too. It was really delicious. I have probably 15 binders of printed recipes. I have a good amount, probably not as many as that, but I don't have that. I'm real like I have true tried and true recipes that I go to every single time, so I don't venture off too much. I'm not that adventurous. So I don't have that many. But I have a good amount of printed out recipes and different things like how to trying to think soap making. That was one. Cheese making. I have some of those directional stuff. How to thread my sewing machine, because I got to a point where if I forgot how to like thread the thread, I'd jump on YouTube and I'm like, Casey, you may not always be able to do that. That would be awful not. I know it'd be awful not to see yours too, Ms. Andale, but we have to be prepared. And if you want to, you can just take a picture of this face and you could have it in your prepper binder. So I'll pose and you can go ahead and print that out, screenshot it. That's kidding. I have issues making bread too. What kind of yeast do you use? Because that's a big thing too. I use Red Star. It's in our Amazon shop. It's like the best yeast, and I always use hot tap water. Some people boil the water or heat it up in the microwave. I don't, because you don't want to kill your yeast, but you still want it to be hot to activate it. So I just use as hot as your tap goes. It's hot enough where it won't kill your yeast. So little tidbit. I also have a lot of trees and love my garden. I seen your beautiful house in Love Candy. Great. Well, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Yes, canning is my therapy. Canning is my therapy, and I love my fruit trees. Now, I'm gonna have to learn this year how to prune properly, because a lot of my fruit trees and grapevines have not done well this year because they have not been pruned. I know since I bought it, which has been about a year. And then before that, I don't think the woman pruned this stuff for maybe 10. So I need to get a pruning so it produces. They produced okay this year. My pears did okay. Last year they did really, really good. This year they did meh. And I know next year after I prune, it's going to be not as great. But then after that, they'll start picking back up. So, but thank you. That was such a sweet comment. Pork chops, yes. Oh my goodness. My friend Brianna, another one of my dear friends. I know y'all hear me say that all the time. But when you live in the country and you only got so many people around you that you hang out with, you get to know people real quick and real fast. And they have some of the best beef and pork around. And I get her pork chops and throw them in the air fryer, and them things is good. Oh, now don't you threaten me with a good time, Carrie. Don't you threaten me with a good time, because I love me some deer meat. Now I've never done a roast before. So my friend Tiana was kind of guiding me through seasonings that kind of take some of the gaminess away. But I made this apple barbecue sauce this year for my tomatoes and my apples that I got from a friend. And it is so good. So I think I'm gonna use it a lot in the crock pot with the roast. I think that's a venison roast will be the first one that I try it out on. But yes, I always love venison to put it away. We have a lot of deer out here, and it's known for deer hunting out here in the Sparta, Georgia. I just have not got into that yet. I haven't gotten into. I know I need to, because I see especially during turkey season. Well, maybe it's not. I think they hide during turkey season, but other than that, I see the wild turkeys all the time where I am, and it'd be so easy to kind of get one of those to get some ground turkey from my freezer. Even though I am raising my own turkeys now. I only use the air fryer for frozen French fries. Anything else gets too smoky. It also what kind of air fryer do you have, Ronnie? But you always, if you're cooking like a chicken or a salmon or sometimes even a pork, just like you do those frozen French fries, which you can always cut, your potatoes up and freeze them and then put them in there. It would be the same thing. I sometimes put my chicken still frozen in my air fryer, and it doesn't seem to get as smoky. Now steak, I don't do that. I do fresh cut steak that's thawed. Um, but my chicken, I'll put in there frozen. Even chicken wings, because it doesn't get as smoky because of the frozen. So Scuppernongs. Scuppernongs. Thank you. I always be like saying it wrong, but they were good. They were yummy. I'd never had it. There we go. Scuppernong. Scuppernong. Okay. I tried the juice, and this is a new place that I've driven by so many times here in the town where I live, and it's called the Garden Spot. So shout out to the Garden Spot, Lynn and Stephanie over at the Garden Spot. The juice was so good. I went because I had a bread order there today, and I tried their Suppernong juice, and it was so delicious. When I tell you y'all, it was some of the best juice I have ever had in my entire life. It was so good. Did you say Amazon Live? Yes. You didn't know about that? Basically Amazon Live is if you're an Amazon influencer, which Ormsby Farm we are very blessed to be. You get a page and you can go live just like you do on YouTube. But all of the products that you're talking about are tagged underneath your stream, and you're able to buy it on while they're talking about it on the live easily. And it's I had a lot of fun. I did it for Augustin Farms maybe about a month ago, and it was so much fun talking to people about making and that's what I did. I made meals in a jar from Augustin Farm, freeze dried food, and then we used my vacuum sealer to vacuum seal the tops, and of course 4-jar lids, and all of that was able for people to click and put it in their cart underneath Amazon Live. You and OTWP need to look into it because it really is. If it's easier to push products than putting the link in a YouTube video, because we all use Amazon. We know it, right? I mean, I'm not going to even lie to you. But it's easier for people to click and add it to their carts, and you get a better commission and all that kind of stuff. Oh, you do? You don't like the red star? See, I love the red star. I love the red star. That's what I like grab up when I on Amazon. I like hoard all of it. Let's see. Let's see, yours are all gone, but I will make some next year. Phillips, I don't know about that one. I have oh my goodness. And I always know the name of my air fryer. Kasori. I have a Kasori. So I don't know too much about the Philips one. But the Kasori I love, and it's Bluetooth, so it will tell me if something gets too smoky on the inside. It's a good farm in Alabama and they're so good. They're so good. And let me tell you, the smell of the muscadines, like even frozen, I pull them out of my freezer and I can still smell them. They smell so delicious. It's amazing. But yes, so let me. Oh, it's getting hot, y'all now. So gotta take that off. Get a little in the spicy caliente side of stuff. But yes, no, I wanted to talk more about winter gardening that I've been or fall gardening. Because I was so disappointed this year. Bugs just tore me alive this year because I love spaghetti squash. That's like one of my favorite winter squashes to have, and to do like a spaghetti with. Type in the chat what kind of fall stuff you like, and of course I like pumpkin. But we are getting, I guess it's the squash bugs. I don't know for sure. But we're getting holes in like the pumpkins and the squashes, and I guess they're larvae that comes out as worms and then they eat it from the inside out. I know that sounds so disgusting. But it has really taken over my butternut or my spaghetti, which I was really upset about. I didn't get any butternut because of it. And nobody around here in this area is growing broccoli this year. Can you believe that, y'all? So I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store, which I don't like to do because I do not like Kroger. I do not like it, and I'll tag them in it, and they can listen to me say I do not like Kroger. They are a worthless excuse for a grocery store. Um, And I'm gonna have to get broccoli because Mom and Sis Tara, they are broccoli addicts. They love them some broccoli, and nobody around here did broccoli this year. Nobody. So don't know why. We just had a really hot. We had a really hot beginning of the fall, and it's been dry. So maybe that was the reason. But I got to be better for. Um, I got to be better for next year. You're done until next year. Winter has come. I want winter to come because I am mentally done with my garden. I'm mentally like when you go out, and let me tell you, I am very grateful that my pepper plants are still producing, but I have so much fajita peppers, diced peppers, hollow peppers. I have the filled peppers with the rice and the beef inside of it. I am peppered out of the freezer. I have given so many away that now my friends are like, yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want any more. Thank you. No thanks. To where I just need to rip these plants up. They're producing so much. Jalapenos too. It's crazy. I am gardened out for this year. Spaghetti squash. Yes. I'm making butternut squash soup. I love butternut squash soup. I actually have some canned from last year. Um, and it is so delicious as like a really like pinky up kind of like soup and salad appetizer kind of thing for a dinner party. So I love doing it. The daikon radish is I've never tried radish, and I don't know if I'm like down for the get down. But Jackie, you know how it is. Me and you, we hate Kroger. Like I made a complaint, a very valid complaint, and still haven't heard back. So Kroger sucks. And I should be able to grow it myself, but sadly, the winter squashes, I am going to have to grab some and put them in the storage. Right? It's been a rough year for garden. And like, let me first get on my soapbox and complain about my tomatoes because my tomatoes, every other garden season, like until about right now, I'm harvesting tomatoes pretty much every week. This week, I think because it was so hot, it was like full on tons of green ones. And then literally overnight, they all turned red. And then all the plants died. And it wasn't because I wasn't watering, because I've had some of those little sideways comments left on my video. I was watering, they got watered. Um, but they just did not want to live past like early August. And they've been dead ever since, like dead. Now, one of the plants is trying to put on a couple. I think I got like 10 green um, Roma tomatoes before I pulled that plant out. And I heard that if you put it in a small cardboard box, that they'll ripen over the winter. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm just worn out. I don't want to do garden no more. No more. I know I've got to clean it. That's my next thing is I've got to clean up the gardens. I've got to pull up all the trellises, pull up the ground cover so that I can kind of like till and fertilize and let it sit over the winter. Farmer's work is never done, y'all. Ooh, girl, we're gonna have a chat, a little chit chat. I love spaghetti squash. I still have butternut squash growing right now. My poblanos are doing great, and I planted broccoli last month. And it's doing well. Yeah, I was so surprised that nobody around where I am is doing broccoli because I love me some. I have some buddies that sell at the farmers market, and they're known for their produce. And I was like, "Y'all doing broccoli?" And she was like, "No, not this year." But poblanos, same. My peppers are still going crazy, and I'm just done. I'm just done. The bugs got my butternut squash. It was very sad. Very sad. You love radishes on salads. Yeah, I haven't. I heard they're like peppery, and I may like that. I don't know. I may have to try it. My brassica seem to get the spring foliage. I'm telling you, I usually do really good on brassicas. Like a couple of years ago, I did Brussels sprouts because I love Brussels sprouts. They didn't even well, I was thinking my seeds were probably old. I knew that next year I was gonna have to get all fresh seeds, save and or order some and but I had a couple that I couldn't remember when I had gotten them, and all of my brassicas were those. They didn't germinate. I guess they were too old. So Sorry, yeah, my throat is parched tonight. But yeah, my brassicas did nothing, nothing this year. Dude, but yes, I till and I fertilize and then I just leave it. And one thing that I'm going to do this year is if you watch the videos from the chicken coop, I do pine wood chips for the babies. And, I don't do a lot of full clean out for the chickens, meaning I don't, you know, scrape everything up and put all new fresh stuff because the one thing is if you kind of compost it, meaning you do your diatomaceous earth is what I do in my chicken coop. So on top of the poopy ground, we do diatomaceous earth. We do PDZ, which can make it smell nice, nice. And then we're going to do fresh wood chips on top of that. When that composts and breaks down, it keeps your chickens warmer because that's the compost underneath pretty much is what's keeping them warm in their chicken coop if you have the outdoor chicks. Now chickens, you need to research your chickens, but a lot of them can do pretty cold temperatures. Don't put a sweater on them. But now in the early spring, I will do a deep cleaning, meaning I will shovel it all out and I will go and I will put it on top of my beds, my main garden bed and my pumpkin bed, probably about February, and let that stay there until the spring when I'll turn it all together. But that's what I do to kind of put it to bed per se, as I do fertilize it a little bit. And I've always had good years with do a 10-10-10 fertilizer, and I always have good success on all of the plants that I grow. Um, which mainly my squashes love the 10-10-10. I'll tell you what did it is watermelon. I have never had luck with watermelon, which is okay because I'm not a huge watermelon fan anyways. And this year I'm going to be doing strawberry beds, but watermelon was the only thing that didn't really love my ground. Yeah, put compost down. Yes, I do. I have just started my compost stuff. I did it in a back area. I didn't do enough of it. I'm the worst composter in the world because I have all the intent to go out there, every day and dump breakfast trash and all that kind of stuff, and then I forget. But I do composted cow manure, and when I first moved in, I did the chicken manure that was in there that was never cleaned out. So that's my compost that I use. Y'all have a good night, Christina. Thank you for coming in. You need to get some clove. Get some clove. It's gonna sting at first, girl, but get you some clove. It helps because I have the tooth pains too. I know how it is. That's no joke. Tooth pain is no joke. But feel better. Thank you for coming in. Thank y'all. I'm gonna hit y'all up to talk about next week. So be looking for my email. Love broccoli, cauliflower sauce, Brussels sprouts are so good. See, I'm not a huge broccoli fan, but mom and sister love it, so I'll grow it for them, so I don't have to buy it. Um, MC Gardens used to grow the best sweet radishes. Otherwise, I don't care about rat. I need to. They're here in town. I need to grab some because mom's always the brave one. Well, mom and sister are the brave ones for trying new veggies. Then I'm kind of right behind them, and brother Chris, he not going. He eats two veggies, green beans and asparagus. That's about it. That's all he wants. Don't give him nothing else because he's not going to eat it. I'm even like, you don't even want to try like a Caesar salad, like lather it in Caesar dressing. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I have vegetables growing out of my compost. What's funny is I have a burn pile in the back area of where my pumpkins are, and I pulled up some elephant ears this year in one of my beds that was growing from the previous owner and threw it in my burn pile. Why? Because of burning lash, and I guess that's like the ash that's good for the soil and that kind of stuff. It is rerooted and looks absolutely beautiful right beside my burn patch. So I need to burn it so it goes away. Oh, on Elm Street, and they were the same. Oh yeah, because I don't want to try no bad ones. I don't want because then I'll never ever again try it ever in life. Try them, and you know what? Everybody's been trying to get me to try, and let me know in the comments if you try it. Kohlrabi is one of them because I mean I'm not opposed to trying it, but a lot of people have graciously sent me seeds from their homestead, and kohlrabi was like one of the popular ones that people were sending me seeds for. That and beets. Beets was another thing that I was getting a lot of seeds from. I love the color of beets. I have not tried beets. Um, so I don't know. So let me know if y'all have tried them before. What do you think? Um, I'm gonna try it next year probably. I'll tell you some of the things that I am doing differently in the garden next year. I did a little bit, I did a little sample of everything corn wise this year. I had a small little corn patch and I put them all together. My popcorn corn and my peaches and cream. Peaches and cream did amazing. So did the popcorn. I don't even really know what to do with them because I have so much popcorn. But my friend Christina did say you should have separated them. So I will separate them next year. And then I got a lot of funny comments that were like, Casey, why did you put ground cover with corn? Like they can grow like within like 4 inches of each other. So next year I'm just gonna till up and sprinkle them down in a row and just let them grow. Because all of my farmers buddies was like, they will grow tall enough above the weeds by the time that the weeds start coming out. Because I think you put the corn in and Valentine's Day, onions, potatoes, corn on Valentine's Day. And my birthday is after Valentine's Day. So it helps me remember by my birthday, I should be putting those in because I love the peaches and cream corn. I love it. I absolutely love it. Beets are great. I planted some last month and are doing great. What do they taste like? What do they taste like? Patricia said, no thanks to the beets. I hear pickled beets are amazing. Well, everything pickled is amazing. And I saw one of the channels that I love to watch is Simple Living Alaska, and they do pickled eggs with radishes. And the way that they did it just sounded really good to me, but I was nervous to try. I was like, I don't know. I don't know about all that. But yeah, so what was I saying? Corn. I will do corn differently. They will be separate, and I'm gonna do a lot more and closer together of the peaches and cream because I really, really enjoyed the peaches and cream. Um, More green beans. I love our green beans, and I feel like every year I plant a lot and I'm like, oh, that's way too many green bean plants. And then I feel like we don't have enough because we love green beans here. Like I love canning them, I love freezing them, I love dehydrating them into chips with the ranch powder. So more green beans. And I'm gonna do a video out in my garden, kind of talking about the pros and cons of the garden this year. Fruit is gonna be totally different next year. Um, Tomatoes we did really well on this year, and I think I finally have found that um hot spot for how many I need to grow for me because I didn't sell many tomatoes at the farmers market, but I did 100 feet of tomatoes this year, and that was just enough to get hopefully get us it made a lot of canned stuff, and we're going to test it out to see if it lasts the whole year. Do I plant garlic in the fall? Usually I do it, but this year we are not, so we can grow other stuff earlier. I've never actually grown garlic, and the beds that we're going to be putting the garlic in are this winter is when we're going to be tearing up the stuff's in it now and redoing the whole thing. So I probably won't put garlic in until next year. So I am gonna have to Azure standard that garlic. I love garlic though. Garlic and onions are the things I need to grow. So much of it's not even funny. Yeah. Yes, I'm telling you, green beans I love, and we're actually planning. Some of the vendors are planning a steak dinner box starting December 1st to get it in Sparta or Sandersville or Milledgeville. You can pick them up. But they're dinner for two, dinner for four, and dinner for six steak dinners. Sirloin, filet, or ribeye are the choices. And our canned green beans are the veggie for it, and our canned potatoes. That's our contribution to the boxes. But yeah, you'll be able to get them in that either a quart for 4 and 6 or a pint for the one for two. But yeah, I love green beans. I love canning green beans. I love eating green beans. I love picking green beans. I love snapping green beans. I'm just weird. Potatoes are fun to grow. We grow them in the bags. I want to try to do the bags this year. I do also have a 30 by 30-foot raised bed that I'll be doing them in, but I've never had luck with taters. When I say never, I'm gonna give it a good old hee ho out here, but I do not have luck with it. So hopefully, knock on wood, be different. Homegrown garlic is the best. I know. I know. Mushrooms, onions, and garlic. No, we have plenty of wild mushrooms growing around here. I have my garlic in five different. Oh, you put onions in the fall for the next one. That's what I need to. I need to do them now. It's too bad I don't have the beds ready. Hey, Radine, I didn't see you come in. Hey, girl. I think you're doing great with beets. You will do great with beets. I will share my pickled. Please, please do share it with me because I do want to try it because I mean I have so many seeds, and if I don't do it, what I'm going to do is start doing is just sending people these beet seeds that want them. So, but y'all, my hour has hit because I am going to go and watch Little House on the Prairie because I am addicted to that show now. Thanks to Alicia. Um, oh, beginning of October. Oh, well, I better get my. Well, it's not going to be getting in this year. I'm going to be buying them for Azure Standard too. Lord, I need myself a calendar. But I'm addicted to Little House on the Prairie now. So I get off here. I'm saying c'est la vie. I'm going to watch some Little House on the Prairie. And I hope to see everyone tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central, for our Hey Y'all Hey morning radio show. We have a lot of fun doing it. And, you coming in and thumbing it up and basically it gives us the algorithms that we need to get out to other people because we have a lot of fun. Y'all know, especially what's on TV now, the morning shows are but ours is so much fun. So come in and join us, and I will see y'all next Monday. Everyone have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for coming in, and be blessed, y'all. Bye. See y'all next week.